Hello and welcome to a new video. Today we're going to take a look at the best legend teams for the Open Great League. Again, we had some time pass. Now we are going towards the last month of this season where Great League has been available for the entire time. And so today we're going to take a look again at some legend teams. There's most likely going to be another legend team video for, the last 2 weeks or something like this for the season sports. Like in 2 weeks I'm most likely gonna make another update here, but today we're going to have 10 legend teams of the community. So if you want to try to climb, this might be kind of something that you want to look into. As legend teams, of course, teams have been proven to be very strong. And of course, if you enjoy those videos, feel free to subscribe to this channel, as there's still going to be regular content. I can't wait for the new season. I hope it's going to get announced before the World Championships, because the World Championships is literally the weekend before the new season would start. So hopefully they're going to release a little bit earlier. But let's start into this video. Starting off, of course, here the names of the players are always on the top left as well. If you want to look up their Twitter as well, just go ahead and just type in the name and you should be able to find them quite easily. Here we're going to have a team with a Fearow, Licky as well as Quagsire. Quagsire is going to be very interesting here. Could also have Astonish, but it's going to be the non-shadow Quagsire for this team. Most likely the biggest reason is going to be Credillia, a Pokemon that I basically don't really see at all anymore nowadays in the Go Battle League. So, just generally speaking, I think this team is going to be quite solid. Of course, we were running here a very familiar core of the Fearow Quagsire, like basically a Flying Plus Mud Boy, which just works out really well. The Striking type Pokemon are mainly weak, of course, against like something like Electric type Pokemon, which you can definitely destroy with the ground typing, and the ground and wild typing is only weak to Grass type Pokemon, which Fearow can feast on. And so it's going to be a very solid and also simple team to use with the chase of Licky for the current meta, and I do think that's going to work out quite well for you right now. Next team is going to be a little bit more interesting. There actually are two different teams with this Pokemon, but Swanna is a very strong Pokemon actually. I made a video about it as well. I feel like people kind of underestimate the strength of this thing. I could actually see that they were using Florges with the move Trailblaze, which could make sense in this case as well. I'm just trying to be a bit better against like those Mud Boys, which you definitely want to try to bait out with your C-Sub anyway, as Swanna is going to be one of the hardest answers to all of the Mud Boys. The weakness here for this team would be something like the Empoleon most likely, but actually Swanna can kind of deal with it, and especially like the pressure of Shadow Swanna with Gust is kind of wild. Swanna, very underrated Pokemon. I think it's a very good Pokemon to use right now. Otherwise here, Licky, it's going to be alright. Jellicent you can still deal with for sure, especially if your Florges would have Trailblaze, but like even the Summing Voice is going to be okay. There's no direct real weakness to this team in my opinion. Feraligatr, especially Shadow Feraligatr in the 2-shield scenario, has nowhere to go against the Swanna. Let's take a look here. We're going to take a look at team number 3, where we have also the Blastoise, the Grumpig, and the Jumpluff. This is going to be a very nice neutral line. Grumpig generally is considered one of the better Pokemon right now thanks to Dynamic Punch. And we have here as well the Jumpluff in the back, which is going to be able to counter a few of the current common Pokemon, I would say, with Quagsire as well. Again, like those Mud Boys are kind of everywhere. And I've seen a lot of more Jumpluff recently in the Go Battle League as well. Blastoise here is going to be cool. They had alternative options, I think Empoleon in the lead as well, which would work out quite well as well, as it would have even typing-wise a bit better synergy to the backline there. But even like this is going to work out quite well. I just want to showcase here Blastoise, because I think Blastoise is a fun Pokemon that maybe people kind of underestimate. And again, like here, we're going to just have a very nice neutral team. Next up is going to be a very interesting one, because it's going to be a Waterfall Shadow Empoleon here with Corsa and Altaria. I've seen Waterfall Empoleon a few times recently in the Go Battle League, and honestly not that bad. Has some interesting matchups, has more fast move pressure compared to the Metal Sound version. And as Waterfall I think got recently only buffed, like I think 2 seasons ago at this point, it is actually going to be a Pokemon that I think is going to be quite solid, and is going to definitely have a lot of play here, and especially if you're going to utilize the rest of your team in a way that you can keep the shields for the Empoleon. You have a lot of 2-shield pressure with this thing, so definitely try to use it like this. Keep your shields for the Empoleon, try to utilize the Shadow bonus on the fast move pressure, as well as then of course Hydro Cannon plus Drill Peck gives you great coverage as well for the current meta. And again, we have kind of more of an AB I don't know, like it's more of an ABC style line here, but you have a very strong core with the backline. You kind of want to play out the lead matchup is what I kind of feel like with this one. So yeah, this is going to be a very interesting team, legend team here, and we can move on to a more funnier one. I don't think you would have expected to see a Shadow Tyranitar here. They actually had another funny team, but like I want to take a look at Tyranitar. Tyranitar is actually kind of funny because they have Dragon Breath Brutal Swing, which is a fantastic combination, and the Stone Edge as a coverage move. Apparently they had legend with this Pokemon, which in the current meta, I don't really see it directly. But I think it's going to be very good on the 2 shields again. This is where you kind of have the advantage with this Pokemon in lead here. Mimikyu, by the way, is one of the weaknesses for this team. I don't actually think it is a weakness for this team, personally speaking, because the way Mimikyu works is that you, of course, have the disguise. And basically, we have such great pressure for charge moves on this team with the Twister Mantine even, like this thing as well. For example, if Mimikyu goes up against Mantine first attack is going to be just a Twister in order to break the disguise, then drop the opponent's defense of the Mimikyu with that as well, and kind of the gimmick is gone with that. So like I do think it's going to be actually quite alright. But again, most people are currently running the Open Great League and not like, okay, actually the Competitors Cup and not the Open Great League. Competitors Cup is the old system, which is a better system. But now, yeah, we have starting next season only the new system available, which is going to be another thing in itself. But we see on how people are going to adapt to that. Alright, we have team number 6 here now. This is going to be a pure Shadow team. We're going to have a team with Marowak. I feel like Kanto Marowak is something that people kind of sleep on. Like I think it's like where people just don't really expect this Pokemon to be that strong, but it's actually really good still. Of course got nerfed with Mud Slap, but it's still going to be one of the stronger Pokemon in the current meta, and I played against it recently a lot as well. It's a Pokemon that's definitely kind of upcoming again, and it's a very good pick here for the current meta. As you see, it looks like a fantastic team as well to use right now. Drain Punch on the Sableye is really cool as a coverage move as well again. I do think it's fantastic. Again, for example, against Mimikyu with this team, if you would run it in the Open Great League, and you face it in the lead, for example, Mimikyu, you can just go for Drain Punch and you're gonna get the disguise immediately. And then you add +1 defense while the opponent is -1 defense, which is just, yeah. Like Mimikyu is like hit and miss for depending on which kind of teams you go up against, but if it's like a fast-paced team like this one is, Mimikyu is actually kind of struggling against it. Next up, we're going to have, like, honestly, there were a lot of Sableye lead teams, what I've seen recently, so maybe bring your weekly tough leads or whatever, as, yeah, Sableye seems to be quite a common one in the top meta. Licky and Corviknight is going to be the rest of the team. This is basically the most neutral team that you can run while still having good synergy, because you have Corviknight, which is going to be the answer to those Fairy-type Pokemon, of course, for yourself, and the rest just going to be neutral, and that is kind of, I think, the team on how it plays out. Like, you have basically play against nearly everything of the current meta with every of your Pokemon, which makes this a very interesting team to play. And I think it's what you kind of want to do here is try to utilize the Sableye with energy advantage. So I mean, is you want mostly try to catch certain moves on other Pokemon, and try to keep energy for later on for the Sableye and then Steamroll with Drain Punch. That's how I would play the team personally, because you have great save slots, you have a lot of just very safe Pokemon for this team, and I think the best play here is just to keep the energy and the shields for your Shadow Sableye. This team actually hit Legend twice, and I think ranked 1 in the world as well from the Mega Junko. I tried to run this team, I couldn't get it to work. I have to say it, but because multiple players, actually, I think it was 2 times from 2 different players here to rank 1 in the world. Apparently, Shadow Milotic with a Waterfall is fantastic. I think my one just doesn't have the greatest IVs, and maybe it changes a lot. But like, I couldn't get this team to run, but I still needed to kind of include it here because it's a double rank 1 in the world team. So it's most likely me, because also I took like a long break before trying this team, and then things just didn't really work out and I just gave up on it. So yeah, it's still a very interesting team here. It's a team that I wanted to try to make work there as well, but this Shadow Milotic team is definitely an interesting one that's hopefully going to work for you. Next up is going to be more of a classic lineup again as well. The Masked Agent, and by the way, also one of like the OG players for PvP, is going to go to Legend here with Seismitoad, Stunfisk actually, and the Moltres, which is again like Flyer and Ground type combination. And honestly looks really good because Stunfisk is a really nice, has a really nice synergy with the Moltres. Stunfisk is going to be able to counter literally all the weaknesses that you have there. And Stunfisk's weaknesses, I guess Fire isn't covered by the lead, but like it's going to be neutral. Like it's still a really good synergy between those 2 Pokemon. Weakness here, I guess, is Bug Bite version of Fortress, because it's going to be able to do solid quite against like all of them. As he has, of course, the Phantom against the Stunfisk in the back, but at the end of the day, there's no hard answer. And honestly, I think this is a team that I would like to try out myself, because I think that this is really good core to use right now, this Moltres as well as the Stunfisk. And here is an astonishing result. This player got up to Legend, I think nearly even rank 1 in the world as well, with Astonish Dunsparce. Of course, we have the core of Dragonair and Empoleon, which we've seen all over again. Like, it's just the Dragon and Empoleon core is just always so strong. But Astonish Dunsparce kind of caught me off guard, like, recently as well, when I played some games where I came up against it as well, and I was like, okay, I should have played things a bit differently there, but I didn't expect it would be Astonish. But it's kind of an upcoming Pokemon right now, and so I kind of want to highlight this here as well, because it has, I think, also very good pacing now, thanks to Drill Run being 40 energy, so like that kind of made it a bit more usable to have Astonish, as it generates 10 energy each, so after 4 Astonishes you're going to be able to go for the Drill Run before you need always 5, so you have a bit better pacing nowadays. But that's going to be it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to like, and we will see you most likely very soon again as well for more videos on this channel. So hopefully you enjoy this content, stay tuned, and of course we still have the Monotype series to finish as well on this channel. Check them out if you haven't done it yet, and I'll see you then. Bye bye.